In studio with me are a pair of Aussies from way down under, Tori Dugan and Taylor Pipes of the women's basketball team at Lakeland College. Tori, a veteran, Taylor, a rookie, and you didn't exactly know each other, but somewhat knew of each other before you came. Is that correct?
Yeah, so she played SBL, it's called, back home with my cousin, and I'd heard of her. My parents kind of bragged about her a little bit, but yeah, she didn't know who I was.
And because of that bragging, that caused you to reach out to her, I understand it.
Yeah, so Chris came over last year to recruit, and he went to one of the games that was going on, and yeah, he caught her eye. But yeah, I was obviously a big fan, so yeah.
Okay. And Taylor, what was the selling point for you to come and play in Lakeland?
Well, Chris was really good. He kept contact because he reached out almost a year and a half ago. And so, yeah, he kept contact. We did a lot of Skypes. Tori was constantly talking to me. She obviously was talking up the college a lot. And I guess I just really liked the idea. I thought Chris was a great coach, Tori was a great girl, and I was really excited.
And so as fellow countrymen, and actually from the same city of Perth, has you being a fourth-year athlete, and an older fourth-year athlete, obviously, because you had that year off because of injury, has that made it easier for you to kind of connect with Taylor to kind of get her used to some of the things culturally, or is there not actually that much you have to adjust to outside of the snow?
There is a little bit to adjust to, like the constant practicing, the wear and tear on your body every single day, I think was a massive thing that I had to adjust to, but then also school and whatnot. It's very easy to get off track, which I'll openly admit I did in my first year. So I think that I can use that to my advantage, and I made some mistakes in my first year to say, hey, like, this is what you can do to stay on track and whatnot. But yeah, I think mainly, apart from being homesick, the wear and tear of constantly practicing every day, weights, conditioning, and then practices and whatnot. We don't have that back home. We practice like maybe 3 times a week with the Pro League, but aside from that, yeah, I think that would have been the biggest adjustment.
And was it nice for you, Taylor, knowing that you had a fellow Perthian, if that's a phrase, to going into school that can relate to some of the things you probably experienced?
Yeah, it was really good, like having Tori being here already, and she was constantly talking to me, and I did kind of get to know her before I came here, so it did make it easier in that sense that I already had someone. Couldn't imagine coming here knowing no one. So.
And obviously both of you are enjoying a few wins thus far into the season, the best start for the program in years.
Yeah.
What's been the biggest difference compared to last year? Because obviously there's a lot of continuity on the roster. Taylor's one of the only newcomers who's really in the rotation getting major minutes. But what is it about this team specifically from last year? Is it just that you've grown from mistakes, or is it just you're more used to each other and have more chemistry?
I think every time you get older, like there's an older team, you have more experience, and you can't beat experience, and you're always getting better as you get older. But obviously, yeah, we got bronze last year, and now we know what it takes and what we have to do to get to reaching that gold medal and going to nationals and winning gold at nationals. But yeah, like the experience we bring, everyone, I think people have stepped up at different times. I think the rookies have done a really good job coming in and being a part of that as well. So.
As one of those rookies, Taylor, what's been the biggest challenge for you? Obviously, you had an ankle injury earlier in the year, so that's limited a little bit of your effectiveness on the defensive end, certainly. What's been, outside of that, what's been the biggest challenge playing at the ACAC level?
I think it's just a very different style to back home, and adjusting to how Chris would like me to play is a big thing as well. Back home, I was more of a driver, but here he wants me to be able to play all positions on the floor, be able to shoot and drive. He really wants my defense, but as you said, with my injury at the start of the season, that didn't come easily, but hopefully we're on the mend for that one.
And now you guys have a very big weekend coming up against Concordia, a team that you've had some very intense games in the past against, and will likely have some moments of intensity this weekend. In order to keep that winning streak going, what's the main focus for you guys, real quick?
I think just competing all 4 quarters. I think we've had some lapses. We haven't consistently played all 4 quarters, but just playing with that grit and working hard every single quarter. But locking out defensively, getting out and running. Obviously, that's our philosophy: get stops, getting out and pushing the ball. But yeah, it's going to be gritty, especially in their gym. Knock on wood, we don't particularly play well in their gym, but yeah, we're rolling at the moment, and I don't think we realise how good we are actually playing or could be, even though we've got a lot of fixable things. But yeah, if we can keep it rolling, be in a pretty good position going into second semester.
And anything really, really quick for you to add to that?
I mean, I'm really excited for every game. We're really good at leaving it on the floor, and like, this is the most family orientated team I've been in, and we really play for each other. I'm super excited to see how we go.
And you'll have a chance to see how they play for each other this weekend at Lakeland College, as well the Concordia games in Edmonton you can watch on ACAC TV.